This, my gorgeous Pisces, is exactly what do you need to focus on right now. This in itself is the beginning of such a beautiful change in your life, and it's going to happen in the most unexpected way ever. The beginning of this beautiful change, it's happening right now as we speak, at the beginning of this week, only because you did something so wise not that long ago. You made a really wise move, my gorgeous Piscelini. You made a really wise choice not that long ago, when maybe certain people in your life were like, what are you doing? Oh my God, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. You just followed your intuition, and that's exactly what we always need to do. Because you were following your intuition, and you did the right thing. Now this is the direct result of that particular choice that you've made in your past. It was a ridiculously wise choice indeed. Do you see this little owl over here? You see, this is the wise choice you've made in your past. I mean, not that long ago. And this is why this is the beginning of such a beautiful journey right at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Piscelini. And this week, it's going to start with you having this reward. Oh my God, you know there is this information you are going to have, and you are going to feel over the moon, literally. I mean, how happy you are going to feel. This is instantly going to put you in such a good mood. And it's not only that. So my gorgeous Piscelini, at the beginning of this week, you are going to have such a nice, such a beautiful reward. And let me tell you, it's gonna feel sweet, it's gonna feel gorgeous, it's gonna feel so delicious. Why? Because you did not expect this whatsoever. You did not expect this to happen right now, especially whatsoever. And that's why this is gonna feel extra sweet, extra good, my gorgeous Piscelini. And even more so, you're gonna, in as soon as you become aware of this award, come on, you need to give a credit to yourself where credit is due, my gorgeous Piscelini. You need to understand that as soon as you become aware of this reward, that this is going to mean to you so much to start with, but most importantly, you are instantly going to become ambitious. Instantly, you are going to become action orientated. Instantly, you're going to feel like driven to succeed. Just pay attention how fast you're going to start to think. I'm not saying that you don't have fast thinking, that you don't think in a fast way normally, but what do I mean? How fast you're going to start to think. There are going to be all sorts of ideas and realizations you are going to have. What do you want to do right now? What do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do when it comes to your near future? And each idea and each realization you have, my gorgeous Piscelini, you need to understand it's not only going to cause your spirit to raise, to elevate, but each idea and realization you have, it's also going to be healing you. You know why? Because you're going to feel so good. You're going to feel so happy. When we feel really low, when we feel really down, completely opposite happens. If we carry on like this messes with our own balance, and we can in a near future make ourselves feel really sick. So this is why, this is going to be so important when it comes to this process of healing, which is indeed going to take place. So as soon as you become aware of this reward, this is going to mean to you so much. This is going to mean to you so much because you're going to start becoming ambitious, action orientated, driven to succeed. You're going to have all sorts of ideas, all sorts of realizations. This is the beginning of such a beautiful rejuvenation in your life, where you are most certainly going to regain control, which means that this is the beginning of such a gorgeous, such an important turning point. This is the beginning of a turning point, and this in itself, my gorgeous Piscelini, you need to understand, it's about to show you the way what you should do, where you should go, most importantly, which path to follow. So this is why this is bringing such an important clarity into your life, and at the same time, my gorgeous Piscelini, this is bringing an important clarity in your life. You're going to have a brilliant idea, one huge massive idea, one brilliant idea, and most importantly, you will know what you should focus on and what you should do next. You will know what to focus on, what you should do next, but before that, there is something that you're going to need to explore. There is something that you're going to need to find out further when it comes to all this. Just remember, you're healing and you're ascending onto the next level of your spiritual journey. And that means, in order to keep other things in balance, while you're doing this, you really need to understand that now you have to be for a little while until this takes off, until you start properly with this. For a little while, my gorgeous Piscelini, from now onwards, you are gonna need to be as flexible as you can. You're not gonna need to be as adaptable as you can. The next few weeks are not gonna be easy in terms of how much you're gonna have on your mind, but you just feeling so good about your future after a while, this is something which is gonna keep you going. This is something which is going to be your guiding light. I'm not being funny, but this is such a powerful spark which is coming up into your life. You know how powerful this spark is going to be. And when I say that you're going to need to keep it all in balance and be flexible and adaptable, this powerful spark, oh my God, can see you through at a time when you don't sleep for like 2 or 3 days. Honestly, this powerful spark, it's still going to be so strong, so significant. It's going to play a huge role when it comes to you having enough of energy to deal everything you need to deal with. Why? Because this is something you've been working very hard for a long time. This is to do with your life. It's to do with your future. But most importantly, it's to do with things that you are destined for. And sometimes when things that we are destined for come into our lives in such an abrupt way, this in itself means that everything is going to happen so much quicker and so much sooner than you're actually originally planning. And that's a great gift, like a blessing that we are going to find extremely beneficial, of course. So for a little while, you are going to need to be really kind of flexible and adaptable in order to keep other things in your life in balance, to actually kind of take this on the next level. You know how big this is going to be. I'm not being funny, my gorgeous Piscelini. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you're sad, Lala. I'm not saying that you're downer. But you have been down for a while because maybe you have been kind of unhappy with certain aspects of your life. That's completely normal. We are constantly changing, we are constantly growing, we are constantly evolving. But I think that you have been focusing quite a lot on your general life, like a lifestyle. There were quite a few things that have kind of come to an end around you, but it's a lot to do with your lifestyle, and it's a lot to do with realizations and ideas that you've had for such a long time that you want to do to get on with your life. And now this is literally gonna play such an important role where you are gonna start to live your life again, baby. You will see things you kind of knew before, but you will see this in a completely different light. You will be excited about things that you found so challenging and scary, and this in itself means that you are becoming very, very powerful at this stage, very powerful indeed. So now this in itself means that you need to commit yourself to this as much as you can. You have to commit yourself to this, and the more you kind of are thinking about, the more you're gonna start to look forward to things, to your future, because this in itself is going to make you feel complete. It's going to make you feel whole. And also at the same time, this is going to bring a really big achievement into your life as well, my gorgeous Piscelini. So this is why This is going to be like, oh my God, like ridiculously important. And also, my gorgeous spicy lineage, let me tell you that something is going to inspire you at around the beginning of this week, still at around the beginning of this week, towards the midweek. Something is, my goodness, going to inspire you. And somehow I can see the nature. Somehow I can see, maybe you're going to be outside, or maybe you're going to be looking at the nature. Maybe you're going to be looking at the sky. I don't know. Somehow I see you being around the nature. Maybe it's going to be after you come back from being in the nature. Maybe while you are within the nature, or while you're on your way to spend the time in the nature. Maybe you're just going to be around your plants at home, doing something. And I don't know, maybe you're going to be in your garden and you're going to be like doing some gardening. It can be that way. Maybe you're just going to have some flower in your hand, for example, and now suddenly, at around that time, something is really going to inspire you. So somehow you're going to be around the nature or something like that. But I'm just trying to help you to recognize, when are you going to have this inspiration, because you're going to come across a couple of people doing something, and completely unexpectedly, completely unplanned, you're going to come across a couple of people doing something, and then there is something that they're going to be talking about. There is something they're going to say that you're going to be very interested in, because they're going to mention a couple of words that has been on your mind previously, and you're going to be like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? They're going to be a couple of things they're going to mention that has been on your mind maybe earlier on within that day. And you will know, because you're going to be highly intuitive. You're going to see this as a sign. You're going to see this as an amazing synchronicity. And you are 1,000,000% absolutely right. Not only they're going to mention a couple of things that has been on your mind, but they're also going to say something that, and these are the things that you were maybe worrying about. These are the things that were kind of driving you nuts. These are the things that were like kind of making you feel really scared. It's maybe to do with the certain issues in your life, and that you don't know what to do about. You know what I mean? So you hear these two people talking, and don't only mention what has been on your mind, but they also mention something that you can actually do with it, and what to do in order to kind of bring maybe certain issue to an end, or what to do with how to respond to the certain problem or to a certain issue in your life, that it's very unique, unique. And this is why you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe they're talking about it. So this is brilliant, because through these couple of people, you're clearly going to understand what to do. There is something that you are going to realize, okay, my God, this is what I need to focus on, and this is what I need to compromise. This is going to be one of the best things you have done in a very long time, as soon as you realize what this compromise is, because you're going to be so much happier. Because when you do this compromise, you are, boom, going to realize a couple of days later how you feel differently. You have so much more energy, and you're going to start thinking about some kind of activities that require you being energetic, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I feel so good. That's because that particular compromise is to do with something that has come to an end absolute ages ago. And so far, you just didn't want to admit this. And because you didn't want to admit this, you were sending this particular signal to your spirit that you're ignoring your intuition, which is sometimes not good. So this is going to help you to move on when it comes to your personal evolution. This is the time when your spirit is going to rise, because you kind of did the right thing here. This is very important for you to understand, because something has come to an end. Whatever you're going to make and have this compromise with, because that has come to an end, it has been draining your energy. But sometimes it's almost impossible to know this. Sometimes it's not that obvious for us to understand what this is, especially when it's to do with something that we maybe used to feel so passionate about. So this is what you need to understand. In terms of balance, this is going to be absolutely superb. And I'm telling you, because of this compromise, my gorgeous Pisces, let me tell you, in as little as few weeks' time, you are going to have a little party. Don't forget to invite me, baby. Hello. Can you imagine me at the parties? No, you don't want to. Yeah, but no, seriously, you're gonna realize you're gonna realize how good do you feel, after this. So this is brilliant. But the bottom line is that there is a party you're gonna have in a few weeks time, and you will see. And also, my gorgeous Piscelini, eight around the midweek, okay, you are gonna feel, oh God, okay, there is no other way of saying this, but eight around the midweek, you're gonna feel a little bit upset and a little bit confused, because someone is gonna tell you cold hard truth. I can describe this as a cold hard truth, and I know it sounds tough, but sometimes we need a bit of a vavavumish energy like this. Someone is gonna tell you a cold hard truth, and this particular person, it's nobody vile, it's nobody horrible, and I probably think it's somebody who is either for a very long time in your life, really comfortable with you, or this is like some kind of a friend or some kind of a family member. This particular person is going to be brutally honest with you. Be happy, be excited. It's one of those things that you are going to be and feel so grateful to this person in like few days time. I'm not being funny. So sometimes we need somebody to be brutally honest with us in order to snap out of something. And that comes from somebody who we know really, really well, do you know what? These words, they ring on a completely different level. We get affected like, okay, then fine, don't speak to me like that. But then again, very quickly, we have this rebalance, where we just realize, no, 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 that person is right. It's somebody good, somebody good in your life. That person is right. They're just being honest. So what this is going to be about, my God, it's about you understanding that you're going to need to, in order to move on with your life, okay, you're going to need to accept some kind of a loss and move on. Do you understand? So that particular person who is going to like kind of confuse you and upset you just because they were so honest with you, and they're going to give you this cold hard truth, that you weren't mentally prepared for. I suppose you just weren't mentally prepared for this. This is about you needing this cold hard truth. It's about you needing to accept loss in order to move on with your life. It's not only about you accepting loss to move on, but you're also going to be avoiding unnecessary conflict that will come with it. And also, this has been making you be not be ready for like other things in life. And I know this sounds crazy, but this has kind of like a really slow you down. This has like kind of put you in this limbo, because without even realizing, yourself, you weren't ready, for the next stage in your life, because in order for us to be ready for the next stage of our lives, we need to be completely out of our comfort zone, baby. If we are in our comfort zone, we're not going to be able to move on. You see what I mean? So this in itself, you will understand, and you will find this very helpful, this truth that this person is going to tell you, and you will realize what you need to accept, which loss you need to accept in order to move on, okay? Because this has been draining your energy, and after that, you're going to become ready. After that, something has happened, and you are going to realize, and you're not going to be in a comfort zone anymore. Why? Because very soon after that, maybe day or two after that, as soon as you accept this loss, and in order to move on, couple of days after that, my gorgeous Piscelini, there is a challenge that you are going to be having. There is a challenge that you're going to need to deal with. This challenge that you're going to need to deal with is to do with an aspect of your life that you are so exhausted about, and you almost gave this up, because it made you feel a really, really irrational, and it has been kind of affecting your financial stability as well. So it's to do, you will be reminded a couple of days later, you're going to be reminded of this ongoing challenge in your life, and it's nothing to do with you accepting loss and moving on, but because you decided to accept this loss and move on, just a couple of days later, you are going to be facing this situation, but you're going to be reminded of this challenge. Oh God. And this challenge you do not like to think about, my baby, because because you are kind of exhausted about this, and it's to do with something that you almost gave up, but you must not give this up whatsoever. This challenge is something that you need to kind of get on with. This you do not bring to an end. This, I mean, yes, I suppose this it's like you need to basically bring this challenge, you know. You do need to bring this to an end, but not to an abrupt end. That's what that these are the words that I were actually looking for, because if you gave up with this challenge, it would be no baby no. So it's you carrying on with some kind of a challenge and bringing it to the actual natural end. This challenge is important because as soon as that challenge comes to an end, the next phase of your life is going to begin, and it's going to be remarkable, and it's going to be brilliant, and it's going to be completely out of this world, because all this is going to lead towards your victory, huge achievement, and a huge success indeed. So this is why this is going to be so important. By the time you get to the last part of this week, there is somebody who is very important in your life, the certain person who is very consistent, the certain person who means to you a lot, and the certain person who is very consistent in terms of that person giving you news and informations and messages, perhaps when it comes to the certain people in your life, maybe, or in general. But at this stage, this person is going to tell you something about somebody in your life that particular person, you will understand instantly that you need to reconnect with somebody straight away. You will realize and you will understand that somebody may need your help through this person. So this person is somebody who is in your life. Maybe it's like a family member or it's your friend, but it's somebody who gives you a lot of information, and somebody who is very consistent when it comes to giving informations, but it is to do with the people in your life, you know. And you will kind of you're gonna maybe start getting worried about a certain person in your life, you know, and you will want to reconnect. You will want to go and see the specific person in your life who you're gonna be worrying about, and they're gonna tell you the problem they're facing, the problem they're going through, that something is making this person really depressed, really negative. And the reason why this is going to happen in such a way is just that person seeing you, just you reconnecting with that person is going to make this person feel so much better. But on top of all that, there is like, you know the answer to their trouble, you know the answer to their problem, and you're the only one who can have an effect and impact on that particular person. So this is telling me this is somebody who's very emotionally connected to you, my gorgeous Piscelini. Indeed, you helping that person, you help yourself. Basically, you help yourself basically at that moment in time. No pressure. No, but you know what I mean, yeah? The last part of this week, my gorgeous Piscelini, also, it's like kind of going to, you see, you need to understand that there is somebody who is going to be really self-absorbed. This self-absorbed person is going to be playing an important role. You're going to be maybe looking at this person, maybe you're going to be talking to this person, but you're going to be looking at somebody and you're going to be thinking, my God, this person is so self-absorbed. You know, that's how you're going to feel. This person is so selfish. This person is so self-absorbed. This person is so full of themselves, you know, and this person is like so emotionally and spiritually drained and empty. But then you're going to see that you're going to be thinking like that the people like this would have an impact on your life as well. When you're surrounded by these self-absorbed people who are spiritually drained and empty, you know, they do not bring the best impact on our lives in terms of energy. Do you know what I mean? You're around the people who feel good to be around. You're gonna feel good yourself, and this is complete opposite effect. But but when it comes to that person, this is a very powerful indication. This is a very powerful sign. Now, it is not about this self-absorbed person, this arrogant person. It's not about this emotionally, spiritually drained and empty person. It's not about how they make you feel. It's not about how you make them feel. It's about what are you going to understand through this person. Somehow, I know it sounds mental, you're going to understand which ideas are bad, which ideas that you have, you need to let go of. And this is also going to come up in a form of such a guiding light to you. So through that person, somehow you're going to realize which ideas are really bad that you've had, that you have. Which ideas do you need to kind of let go of, because they're obstructing you and they're restricting you. Okay, because as soon as you let go of these ideas, the things are going to start accelerating and developing really fast when it comes to your life. So you need to do something about it immediately. You are in the flow. You are going to be unrestricted. You are going to escape from something negative. And most importantly, you're going to detach yourself from it as well. So this is why this is going to be important when it comes to your personal evolution indeed. So now, my gorgeous Piscelini, I'm just going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Yes, I know I'm really slow me with my videos lately, but you know, what can I do? This one just came out. Look, Queen of Coins. Yes, surprise, surprise, my gorgeous Piscelini. You know, it is a lot about your life really becoming so much more practical. It's about your life becoming so much more practical, my gorgeous Piscelini. So this doesn't surprise me whatsoever. This week you really need to focus on, and you need to think what's practical for you and what's not practical for you anymore. Just remember, it's a lot about your turning point. Okay, so this week it's a lot about you reflecting and thinking what's practical and what's not practical anymore. You're gonna realize quite a few things in your life are not practical anymore, but that doesn't mean that you should do something about it immediately. Just remember what I said before. You need to go a little bit longer. Now it's a time for reflection and realization. You need to go a little bit longer in order to keep it all in balance. You need to be flexible and you need to be adaptable at this moment in time, but you are most certainly heading towards the right direction. So this is the card that just popped out by itself. Let's see the card that I'm going to pull out. My gorgeous Piscelini. Let's see the card. Oh my goodness, goodness. Hello, my darling. You see, I also think that you need to be really careful about the specific choice which you are going to have. I'm sorry, my gorgeous Piscelini, but what I see here is the fact that somebody is going to be really pushy. Somebody will want you to kind of like assign something, maybe like sign some kind of a contract. Someone will want you to maybe legally bind yourself to something or sign something that is going to be very difficult to come out of later on. For the love of God, you need to be very smart, very clever. If somebody is so pushy, if somebody wants you to start some kind of a contract, or if somebody wants you to sign something that is going to be so difficult to come out of, you need to be very, very careful. Just follow your intuition, my gorgeous Piscelini, because I do think that something is going to be so off when it comes to that particular person. Maybe if you just put like a signing things and things like that, that you legally bind yourself to away for this week and try to do it next week, it's going to be fine. But right now, you really need to be smart about somebody offering something to you and being really pushy, and you will feel that something is not right there. Okay, so you really need to be smart. And this is what I see here, my gorgeous Piscelini, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Piscelini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. This, my gorgeous people, is a very, very, very powerful and a very, very important pendant, because it is going to detoxify any negativity and any toxicity out of your life. This pendant is also ridiculously powerful because it's so important when it comes to our metabolism as well. To have a healthy metabolism, it's really significant when it comes to our health in general. This peridot is ridiculously powerful because when you wear it, you attract the right people and the right situations into your life. Why? Because what's the best about you, it's highlighted while you're wearing this. So whether you want to attract certain people, when it comes to love and when it comes to romance into your life, or whether you're trying to make, whether you're trying to attract like maybe certain people when it comes to business, when it comes to your career, it's also absolutely brilliant for that as well. It does tend to bring you a really, really good luck when you are doing something financial, when you're focusing on your finances, when you're making like a really important financial decisions, or when you're making important decisions in general, because peridot helps you, like really prevents you from like a really over analyzing, and when we are over analyzing something, then over analyzing can be really, really dangerous, because us over analyzing something we should never be analyzing in the first place only comes from us maybe not feeling confident enough. So this in itself prevents you from over analyzing something you shouldn't analyze, because it does make you feel extremely, extremely confident. Listen to me very carefully. Peridot brings the best out in you because it makes you feel really, really confident in general. This is what you need to remember, my gorgeous people. It is ever so important. It is the crystal of expansion, and it is the crystal of a new beginnings. Oh my God, ever so significant for those people who have been stuck for a while. For those people who did not have any changes, in their lives, for those people who are unhappy with their lives, and sometimes subconsciously we are affected by the certain things we are not even realizing that are preventing us to move forward. So peridot has got a power to unlock the best within us, and this element of ourselves is like more powerful than we can possibly imagine, but it's very sensitive. So if there is an ounce of like, oh my God, negativity or fear when we have towards something, that's kind of amplified, and without us even realizing, that energy is preventing us from moving forward. So peridot has got a power to keep this energy away, so we can like really do things we want to do. So this is why, it's so important for those people who have been stuck, or those people who felt stuck for a while. Just remember, it attracts the right people, and it attracts the right situations in your life as well. This crystal is ridiculously, ridiculously powerful. Okay, just remember that by wearing peridot, it does not only bring a good luck into your life when it comes to so many things. This crystal brings you a good luck. Okay, this crystal has been used for many, many, many years just for that particular reason. Okay, and when it comes to peridot, I'm so excited because I love peridot. It's one of my favorite crystals indeed, because I know when I wear peridot, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel like I can do what I don't normally feel like I can do. You know what I mean? It gives me the strength. It gives me this energy that I don't normally have. It sounds crazy, I know, but this is what this powerful pendant can actually do. So when it comes to moving on with our lives, this is something we should all have literally. It does bring you like, oh my God, kind of the whole new sense of what you should be doing, because you are reminded of things that maybe you are neglecting just because you did not have a confidence to kind of take on. So this immediately, like kind of like really, as soon as you wear this, you do kind of are reminded of things, certain things in your life in such a way where you kind of start getting really positive ideas. That's the way you're reminded of things that you should be working on, because now suddenly something that you were afraid to start, now suddenly you have these amazing ideas, like incredible ideas, and that's how you are pointed towards the right directions through your own passion, through your own optimism. This in itself, my gorgeous people, is indeed your guiding light. And that's why I absolutely love Peridot. And also, why am I so excited? I've been waiting for this for years. I've been waiting for this for a very long time, my gorgeous people. Not that it's like impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible to find peridot out there, but when I'm looking for crystals, I'm looking for the very specific crystals. You know, they need to be of a high quality. So this one is a high quality peridot. I'm not even joking. I've been waiting for this for years, and I only have a limited amount of this. I only have a limited amount of this in stock, my gorgeous people. So I really suggest you to buy this while you can. I'm not saying you can't get a peridot out there, but it is not going to be as a wonderful and such a quality, high quality as this one. Okay, very powerful and natural peridot. Okay, so this is why, because I've been waiting for this for years, absolute years, and I have only few of these in stock. And once they're gone, I believe that's it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get any more. And I only have like a few in stock, like literally. And this is honestly, one of the most powerful pendants, and it's so striking. It's so striking. Look at it. Just to have this around your neck. So beautiful, so striking, so natural. So this, my gorgeous people, is something I highly, highly recommend you. This gorgeous peridot comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is going to be in the description below, or it's going to be pinned on top of the comments, or you just go on Google and just type in, sorry, Sasha Bonasin shop, and my page is going to come up that way. You can click on it and you will see the first two products, you know, right on top of the store are gonna be the ones that I'm advertising right now. So this is something I highly suggest you to get. Another thing I recommend you, my gorgeous people, it's the second crystal. Okay, it's called chevron amethyst. Okay, so you all know amethyst. So this is a special type of amethyst, and of course it's natural. And this amethyst is like so powerful, like probably the most powerful. There are few crystals which are ridiculously powerful when it comes to our third psychic eye. And I did mention some of them, like for example, tiger's eye, blue tiger's eye. There are crystals which are brilliant when it comes to our third psychic eye indeed. Even lapis lazuli is quite good when it comes to our third psychic eye, very powerful. But I would probably say the chevron amethyst, this is a chevron amethyst, my gorgeous people. I would probably say, my honest opinion is that this in itself is probably the most powerful crystal when it comes to our third psychic eye. Our third psychic eye is who we are. Our third psychic eye, it's like who we are on the spiritual level. Our third psychic eye reconnects us with ourselves because we tap into something absolutely mind-blowing. We unlock a ridiculously powerful aspect of ourselves when we wear this, because it is ridiculously powerful when it comes to unlocking the power of a third psychic eye, which means that we just start to see life in a completely different way. Why? Because we become very brave, we become very confident, we become very powerful. I mean, look at this combination, out of this world. Very kind of, you know, when you become brave, when you feel brave, when you feel powerful, when you feel confident, at the same time, when the power of your third psychic eye has been unlocked, you need to be prepared to enter the whole new stage of your life, to enter the whole new world, because this is one of the most powerful crystals in terms of the actual guidance. You see what I mean? It just unlocks the power of your third psychic eye, and that in itself means that you enlighten yourself. While you're wearing this, you're enlightening yourself at the same time. Pay attention to how you're gonna think while you're wearing this. Pay attention to how you're gonna feel, how you're gonna respond to the certain people and to the certain situations in your life completely differently. There is so much about yourself that you find out along the way, because it starts this unlocking process. You know, the certain things unlock within you. You even start to kind of see the connection in between the all things in general, you know, and that in itself, it's also big. That in itself, it's also important, you know. And also at the same time, my gorgeous people, when it comes to chevron amethyst, you know, it's brilliant because it calms you down. It makes you feel peaceful at a time where, oh my God, the bombs are falling, God forbid, and no, I'm joking, but it makes you feel really good. It makes you feel really peaceful. It makes you feel really calm. So if you are going through something like that makes you feel really anxious, that makes you feel really bad, that makes you feel really stressed, you know, as soon as you wear chevron amethyst, it really brings you down. It really brings you down. It is like so, so, so powerful, you know, like, oh my goodness. And also, if you are, you know, persistently stressed, persistently negative, persistently down, persistently sad, if you're going through very kind of strange stages in your life, if you're going through really difficult things, you know, this really helps you to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, because at the same time you become really spiritual, and those things that have been kind of scaring you, they do not scare you anymore. You just start seeing them as like a really important challenges rather than anything else. So it's all a kind of how you see things and how you respond to things, you know, in this life. And you know, and if you are having like a sleeping problems or a sleeping difficulty, so you cannot relax whatsoever, chevron little French man came out of me. French spirit, hello my darling, where are you? Now it's like chevron amethyst, my gorgeous people. It's also fantastic if you have a problems to relax, if you have a problems with sleeping and things like that. So this is why I highly recommend you to wear this, my gorgeous people, okay? And this also comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is going to be in this description below, or it's going to be pinned on top of the comments section, or you just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin like a shop, and my page is gonna come up that way as well. This is something I highly recommend you indeed. Okay.